Anything at all, pop them into the chat and I'll do my best to answer them. If you're in Australia, happy Australia Day. It's controversial as it always is. I think it's still a good time to celebrate what a cool country this is. Oh. All right. Okay, that's on YouTube Live, so that's cool. Good morning from Myanmar. Oh, that's awesome. Hello, Mia. Nice to see you. That's really amazing that we can teach you while you're in Myanmar and we're here in Australia. That's really extraordinary. Can everyone else please just pop in where you are in the world? I'm very curious. It's so cool through digital education or online education or e-learning, whatever you call it, that we can send classes across to Myanmar from Melbourne, Australia. That's radical. Vivek's from Canada. Johandra's from Canada as well. Oh, that's interesting. Chandima is in Melbourne. Cool. So am I. So that's cool. Jasveer is in Canada. That's interesting. A lot of people in Canada. Tatiana's in Canada as well. George from Brazil. Nice to see you, George. Thanks for coming along. That's really cool. While you guys are doing that, I'm just going to check YouTube. I'm just going to bring up YouTube Live on my phone. So excuse me for a second. So I can, how do I do this? E2. Click here. Nice. I'm just going to check YouTube. I'm just going to bring up. Okay, so if you're on YouTube Live, feel free to pop into the chat where you are from as well. Okay, Jagannathan from South India. That's cool. Hey, Jagannathan, I used to live in Mysore. I lived in Mysore in Karnataka for, how long was I there? 6 months, I think. That was cool. All right. Anyway, I'll leave YouTube Live alone. Cool, we may as well get started. It is 12 o'clock. So let me bring up my PowerPoint presentation and let me share my screen with you and we'll kick it off. Cool, all right. Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you, even though I can't see you. You can see me, but I can't see you. So be it. That's the way the world works now. Cool. So what we're going to do I should introduce myself. My name is Jay. I'm one of the expert IELTS teachers here at E2 Language and also E2 School, which we'll talk about in a little bit. What we're going to do in this live class, my friends, is a little workshop on pronunciation. That is the sounds that you make with your mouth hole and all of the weird air that comes out of your mouth and your teeth and your tongue and your lips. Very strange. We're very biological creatures. So we're going to talk about some sounds, some important sounds. And also we're going to talk about fluency, which is also another part of how you're scored in IELTS. In fact, just for your interest, because this is focused on IELTS, it's worth noting here, this awful looking table thing here is what's called the public band descriptors. What that is, it's like a checklist that the examiners use when they're listening to you in your speaking test, right? So the person you're doing the speaking test with on test day is the examiner. So they will be simultaneously being the interlocutor, the person you speak with, as well as they're going to have their red pen. They're going to have their red pen and they're going to be marking you according to these things here. Okay, they're going to be giving you a score from 0 to 9 for fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. This is what IELTS speaking is all about in terms of the scoring, right? There's nothing else. There's nothing else here. Fluency, we'll talk about that in more detail later on, but fluency is your delivery. Not necessarily just the speed at which you speak, but also the smoothness in which you speak. Coherence refers to the sort of structure that you use. Are you able to structure up your sentences and form nice coherent types of paragraphs? Lexical resource, does anyone know what that means? That means vocabulary, right? So the precision and the range of your vocabulary. You're also scored on your grammatical range and accuracy. Two things there for grammar. You have to be accurate with your grammar, but you also have to show a wide range of grammar. So different sentence types, modal verbs, maybe a conditional, maybe a few questions, etc. And of course, you are also scored, because this is a speaking test, on pronunciation. Pronunciation is the sounds of the language. So in this little workshop today, we're going to focus on fluency and pronunciation. But pronunciation is huge, right? In fact, there are 44 sounds in English. 44 individual sounds like p, k, m, a, e, o, whatever, those sorts of sounds. But then there are also these things called consonant clusters, of which there's like another 100 of those, where you say pr and cr and mr. No, there's no mr in English. And fluency is also rather complex. So anyway, oh, nice work, Jay. So what we're going to do in today's lesson is look at some sounds, just 2 sounds out of the 44, and I'll show you where you can actually practice all 44 sounds. We're going to do practice. We're going to do some repetition, some tongue twisters, some read alouds, and then number 4 there is linking. That's a part of fluency. So we'll also talk about fluency as well, which is really important. Okay, so sounds in English. What we're looking at here, this crazy looking table with all these weird little symbols, are the vowel sounds in English, okay? So there are 2 main categories of sounds. There are consonant sounds. Consonants is a sound that you make, and the sound, the air, is actually it is impeded or hits a part of your mouth, like your teeth, the roof of your mouth, or your lips, for example, or even at your throat level. So p, for example, is a consonant because I'm using my lips for the p sound, or k, I'm using the sort of roof of my mouth here for the k sound. So it's a consonant. Here, what we're looking at are the vowel sounds. Now, vowels don't use any part of your mouth. They're just a sound that comes from the I don't know where it comes from. Actually, it's very strange. Like e, ooh, ooh. Let's go through them together, actually. And in this one, we're actually going to do some practice. So I want you to make some sounds. Why not? Let me get out my little drawing tool. Hold on. Cool. All right. Let's start with this one here. This weird, don't worry too much about the symbols. The symbols, they even confuse me, honestly. We're looking at this sound here. E. Make this sound, please. E. E. Or E. 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 Or as in pull. Ooh. 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 Or ooh, as in pool. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, this is very weird. It sounds weird. I feel like a bit of a weirdo making all these sounds, but it's true. This is basically what language is constructed of. When you put all these sounds together, you get a native sounding pronunciation. Now, the thing is with these sounds is that you may have most of these sounds in your first language. And so making some of these sounds, or most of these sounds, will not be a problem for you because you've been doing it since you were like 2 years old. It's like, that's easy. I can make the ooh sound. It's not a problem. The problem is some of these sounds are not in your first language, right? Just like if I were to speak Arabic or Farsi, one of those sounds, or Yiddish, you have this sound, which for me is totally weird, right? And I can't really make that sound naturally or easily. And so it's a sound that I need to practice. It's almost like it's physiological, it's anatomical, and I need to actually sort of train my muscles to make those sounds. So let's keep going, go a bit quicker now. Eh as in shed, eh as in shed, ah as in teacher, ah as in teacher, as in bird, as in bird, or as in pour, ah as in hat, ah as in hut, r as in heart, oh as in hot. These ones, okay, see there's 2 colors here. There's the yellow ones. This is a single vowel sound, e, a, u. These ones are called diphthongs, which is a really weird name. What a diphthong is, it's actually 2 vowel sounds that come together. So listen carefully to this one. Ear, 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 as in here, here, here. It's two sounds. Yeah, yeah. Or this one, a. It's sort of got a sound at the start and a sound at the end, as in way. Or pure, ewer. Oi. We're going to look at this one today, actually. In fact, we're going to look at these two here, a and oi. Let's go through these though. O, air, I, ow. So in this lesson, we're going to look at a as in way and oi as in boy. Now, interestingly, or funnily enough, today is Australia Day. It's the 26th of January. And on this day in, this is going to test me, 1792, I can't remember, some British guy in a ship came to Australia, Captain James Cook, and declared that it was a colony of the British Empire. It's very controversial, this date in Australia. But nevertheless, the sound oi, funnily enough, is a very Australian sound. And I don't know if anyone lives in Australia, but it's kind of like we call it ochre. We call it an ochre sound. You say something like, oi, mate, oi, mate, come here and let's have a beer. Oi. We make this weird oi sound. It's like a really quintessential or a really sort of key Australian sound. Okay, so if you have an Australian accent, you'll be very good at making the oi sound. Now, this is oi. Have a look at these mouth movements here. Oi, as in joy, coin, choice, and annoy. Please repeat after me. Joy, coin, choice, annoy. Cool. So maybe some of you are thinking that was easy. Some of you are thinking, whoa, that was kind of tricky. I don't really get that. Now you can see different spellings here. This one has OY, this one has OI, this one has OY as well. But these all make the oi sound, as in joy, coin, choice, and annoy. Here's another diphthong sound. This one makes an A sound, A, as in way, great, nation, maintain. This one here, you have to sort of show your teeth, A, and you push down with your bottom lip, which is strange, and your tongue sort of pops up, and you make this weird sort of throat sound, A. Please repeat after me. Way, great, nation, maintain. Cool. So now here's the thing. If you're mispronouncing this sound or this sound here, it's going to be problematic, not just for your IELTS test. It's going to be problematic for you just in life in general if you're speaking to English speakers, because maybe you're unaware that you're mispronouncing this. Even if you're mispronouncing it slightly, it's going to create lots of different problems. For example, how could you mispronounce this? Let's say you're saying the word great. You say great. I don't know. You're mispronouncing it slightly. For me, if I hear that, I think, huh? What did he say? I can't understand you. So the thing with pronunciation is you have to be really precise with these sounds. When you're precise, the communication is immediate and automatic for the listener. If you're imprecise, the communication is kind of lost, and it takes the listener a second or two to go, huh? Oh, he means great. That's problematic in many ways, in your job, in your test, whatever. All right, let's do some more practice. Can you just please type into the chat if everything is okay? Just type in okay if you're okay. I have no idea if you're okay or not. I'm just sitting in my office talking at the computer. Okay, everyone's okay. Very good. Nice. It's pretty weird. Honestly, I find pronunciation just strange and weird, but it's also very cool. All right, let's practice. All right, we're going to say some sentences. I'm going to say the sentence first, and then you're going to say the sentence. Ready? The boys enjoyed playing golf. Go. Next one. The neighbors are noisy and annoying. Go. Next one. My dog destroyed my essay. Go. Next one. The grey, rainy day spoiled our plans. Cool. One more time, a bit faster this time. The boys enjoyed playing golf. Go. The neighbors are noisy and annoying. Go. My dog destroyed my essay. Go. The grey, rainy day spoiled our plans. Go. Cool. All right. You can see these diphthong sounds there. Oi and a. Oi is in boy. A is in play or neighbors or essay. Important sounds commonly occurring. You need to get them right. You need to make sure they're precise and accurate. Okay, let's do another little practice exercise here. We're going to do a thing called minimal pairs, which is a weird sort of phrase. Here's the thing with minimal pairs. We've got two words here, boy and bay. So sometimes these are confused sounds. Somebody's trying to say the word boy, but they're accidentally saying the word bay. I saw a bay down the street. What? You saw a what down the street? A boy. Oh, a boy. So let's practice these ones. I want you to go boy, bay, boy, bay, boy, bay. 3 times. Go. Cool. Hopefully you're getting that distinction right. The difference between oi and a. Oi, a, oi, a, oi, a is in boy, bay, boy, bay, boy, bay. Next one. Ready? 3 times. I'll go first. Point, paint, point, paint, point, paint. Your turn. Don't know why the chat's not working on YouTube Live, but so be it. Next one. Coin, cane, coin, cane, coin, cane. Go. Cool. All right. Let's do some tricky tongue twisters now using these sounds. Hopefully you're getting good at them. Okay, I want you to repeat this tongue twister 5 times. I'll go first. Noisy noises annoy oysters. One more time. Noisy noises annoy oysters. 5 times. Start now. Okay, I'm going to allow you to speak here. How do we do this? Okay, let's try something fun. Does anybody want to try this? What I can do is I can allow you to speak. Okay, Mia's going to do it. Right, Mia. Here we go. Let me find you, Mia, in the chat here. Allow to talk. Hello, Mia. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool. All right,
Hi.
can you do this tongue twister, please? Maybe 3 times.
Yes, sure. Noisy noises annoy oysters. Noisy noises annoy oysters. Noisy noises annoy oysters. Is it good?
It's amazing. All right. Thank you, Mia. I'm going to ask somebody else to do it now. Okay. Who else wants to try this? Socky. Let's try Socky. Okay. Hello, Socky. Can you hear me?
Hi, Jay. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
That's good. All right. Can you please say the tongue twister 3 times?
Yeah, sure. Noisy noise annoy oyster. Noisy noise annoy oyster. Noisy noise annoy oyster.
Good. You've got a little issue there with the s sound, actually. Noises annoy oysters. Can you try one more
Okay.
time?
Sure. Noisy noises annoy oysters. Noisy noise annoy oysters. Noisy noises annoy oysters.
Good, much better. Cool. Thanks, Socky.
Welcome.
I've never done this before, actually. It's quite fun. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. I'll get some other people to do some practice as well. Okay, hold on. How do I do disabled talking? Disabled talking. Cool. Okay. Okay, this one I'll go first, and then you'll do some practice, and then I'll get some people to do it aloud. Ready? A boy named Tate ate at 8. A boy named Tate ate at 8. A boy named Tate ate at 8. Please try 5 times. Okay, let me... okay, cool. Let's try... let's do Vivek. Ready? Hold on. How do I do this? Participants, Vivek, allowed to talk. Hello, Vivek.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Where are you, Vivek? Which country?
Yeah, I'm from Canada. Right. Basically, I'm from India, but like currently I'm in Canada, like starting my full-time job.
Why are you taking the IELTS test?
Yeah, just for my permanent residency here. So just have to focus on IELTS and getting a good score there. So that's why today only I like always wanted to start like I gave an IELTS before as well last year, but I didn't score a good score, like the score that I wanted.
Okay.
So today is my first class that I'm attending here, E2 language.
Nice. Okay, you ready to do a tongue twister 3 times?
Yes, for sure.
Try this one.
Yeah, I'll
Please,
try.
please go.
Yeah. A boy named Tate ate at 8. 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 A
Cool.
boy named Tate ate at 8.
Cool. It seems to me like you've got no problem. Your pronunciation's very clear, actually. So that's great. Cool. Thank you, Vivek.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Does anyone else want to try this one here? Let's try Mary. All right. Hold on, Mary. Let me find you in the chat. Hello, Mary. Can you hear me? Hello.
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, very good. Mary, where are you calling from?
From Nigeria.
Amazing. That's incredible. I'm so happy to be teaching you. That's great. Mary, how's your pronunciation?
I think I don't know. I think I'm not really okay with it. I'm not sure.
All right. Let's see how you go with this tongue twister, okay? Ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, go.
A boy named Tate ate at 8. A boy named Tate ate at 8. A boy named Tate ate at 8. A boy named Tate ate at 8.
Good. Good. Okay. It's still quite, there's something going on here. I want you to make the A sound a little bit longer for this 8. Can you say the word 8?
8. 8.
Good. Just be
8.
careful because your 8 sounded a little bit like at, or it wasn't quite right. You just needed to extend the length of the sound a little bit more. 8 at 8. Don't be afraid to make it 8 at 8.
Okay. 8 at 8.
Good. That sounds better. I like that. Well done. Cool. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's push on. We've got more to do. Ready? I'll go first. I'll do it 3 times and then you do it 5 times. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. Go. Cool. I have no idea if you've done that or not. Let's go to the next one. This is another A sound. Ready? Brainy snails sail ships. Brainy snails sail ships. Brainy snails sail ships. Your turn. Okay, let's give John a go at this one. I think John's keen. Ready, John? I'm going to find you in the chat here. Hello, John. Can you hear me?
Hello, Jay.
Yes.
I've got my test results yesterday.
Oh, how did you go?
Yeah, I've got an A in overall. Like, oh, it exceeded my expectation.
Oh, that's amazing. What were your individual scores, John?
It's speaking. For speaking, it's 7.5. Reading 8. Listening 8.5, and then writing 7. It was all about writing. I was just focused only on writing, and I want to get a 7 for all skills because I was applying for, I'm applying for a nursing course. Yeah,
Right.
in university. Yeah.
Oh, good. So you're happy with those results? That's what you needed?
Yeah, that's exactly what I needed. The 7 in writing.
Good stuff, man. That's fantastic to hear. Cool.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you opened your report card and saw the numbers?
Yeah, well, I was elated. I was verging on ecstasy. Yeah, I was just coming here to tell you that.
Oh,
I
that's
just want to tell
amazing.
you that.
That's really great to hear. I appreciate
I
it.
really thank you, all the teachers in E2 language.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been great. They've been very helpful.
Oh, that's really good to hear. John, do you live in Australia? You've got a very Australian accent.
Well, I'm living in Vietnam, but in the future I will go study abroad in Australia.
So how did you develop an Australian accent?
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It just like comes naturally.
That's really strange because you're in fact your Aussie accent, you have more of an Aussie accent than me.
I I was trying to sound like a British.
Right.
I don't know. It's just, yeah, it comes out naturally.
So, it's hilarious. John, thank you so much for letting us know. That's really cool to hear. That's great. Good luck with whatever you do.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay, cool. Let's do one more and then we'll move on to some fluency, some read aloud activities. All right. Ready? I'll do it 3 times, you do it 5 times. The boys made noise with their toys. The boys made noise with their toys. The boys made noise with their toys. Go. Cool. Nice. I'm sure John's good at making this sound, the oi sound. As I said, it's a very Australian sort of sound. Boys, noise, toys. Okay. Let's do something a little bit more challenging now. What we're going to do is do a read aloud. And what you can see in this photo is that the little girls are playing with toys. So today's read aloud is about research on children and the number of toys they play with, toys and play. I don't have a timer here, but I'll time you. I want you to read this through twice. Let me read it first, okay? And you can sort of, if you want, you can try to mimic my accent if you like it. Ready? Children who have too many toys are more easily distracted and do not enjoy quality playtime, a new study suggests. Researchers at the University of Toledo in Ohio, US, recruited 36 toddlers and invited them to play in a room for half an hour with a choice of either 4 or 16 toys. They found that youngsters were far more creative when they had fewer toys to play with. Okay, your turn. Please read this paragraph aloud starting now. Cool. Okay. I'm not quite sure why this one's highlighted. Maybe it's Toledo. I'm not sure of the pronunciation of this town in the US. Maybe it's Toledo, University of Toledo. That's why it's got the A sound there. I'm not sure about that. Let's do another read aloud here. Ready? I'll read it first and then you can read it. When given fewer toys, the children also played with each toy for twice as long, thinking up more uses for each toy and lengthening and expanding their games. The authors concluded that parents, schools, and nursery employees should pack away most of their toys and just rotate a small number regularly to encourage children to become more creative and improve their attention spans. Your turn. Start now, please. Okay, cool. All right, I think we've done that to death. Let me just show you something. I just want to show you something now. Sorry, 1 second. Cool. Okay. Okay, so as I just mentioned at the start, there are 44 of those individual sounds in English, and we've just done 2 of them, right? We've done 2 out of 44, so there's still 42 sounds there left to go. If you want to practice speaking clearly, you want to develop an accent like John's, which to me sounded like he could be living down the street from me, honestly, very, very native-like accent. You might want to check out this course that we have on a website called e2school.com. So we have 2 websites. We have e2language.com, which is for test prep, IELTS, PT, OET, and TOEFL test prep, right? But we have another website called e2school.com, which is for sort of skill building around reading, listening, vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. So let me just take you through this Speaking Lab course here on e2school.com for a second. So if you do sign up to this course, this is what it looks like. It actually has live classes as well. Like there's a Speaking Lab live class with some really good teachers. Amber is one of them. She really knows her stuff. But this is the course here. It's called Speaking Lab. And if I open it up, hopefully it's not going to load slowly. We have the short vowels. Ah is in lavender. Ah is in black. Eh is in red. I is in pink. Oh is in orange. Ah is in mustard. U is in wood. And all of these have a lesson where you learn how to make the sound and mimic the native speaker. It also has listening practice, because one of the keys to actually becoming or sounding more native-like, or just sounding clearer, the first step is to actually hear the sounds, because there's this weird phenomenon that happens in language where if I don't have that sound in my language, I actually can't really hear it to start with. So the first step is to actually train your hearing so that you can actually hear the sound. Once you hear the sound and you can distinguish the sound, then you can actually start making the sound. But it's not until you start to actually hear the sound that you can actually start making it. So it goes through listening practice and then you have speaking practice. So I want to actually take you through a little bit of this. We'll go to the ones we just did and I'll show you how it works. So we have oi as in turquoise. So I just want to show you how this course works. It's pretty cool. So this is the oi sound that we did before: toys, boys, turquoise. So you get a little lesson. Oops. Okay, so there's a little video here where you listen to Michelle, who has a beautiful British accent, actually. She teaches you how to make the sounds. And then you come down here. I don't know why it's loading so slowly today. And there's actually a little thing where you record yourself and you speak. Okay, and it gives you feedback. Oops, sorry. So let's do this, actually. I have to say the words joy, coin, choice, noise, annoy, and employ. Joy, coin, choice, knows, know, implore. So I've purposely made some mistakes. I made these ones with the correct sounds, and these last ones are actually made with the incorrect sounds. So I can actually see here that I've got a perfect score, a near perfect score for these ones. But for this one, I said nose, and you can see down here the sound, I got a poor score for that. And I said a no or something. So I got that one wrong. And here I said, oh, I thought I did it wrong. But anyway, so it's got pronunciation, artificial intelligence built in. Let's do a few of these activities. Let's start with a little listening one though. And we'll actually do this. I just want to make sure that you can hear the sound correctly. So we're listening for the sound oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
I'm going to play these audio files and I want you to type into the chat which of these audios, which of these words have the oi sound.
Can, coin, con, kin.
Which number, please? Pop it into the chat. Cool. So I checked number 2 and that should be correct. Good. Nice work. Ready? Ready? Listen again for the oi sound.
Buy, bay, bow, boy.
Nice. You guys have got it. Pretty straightforward. Let's do another one.
Nays, nose, noise, nice.
Cool. Number 3, correct. Nice work. All right. So that's part of it. That's the listening. Let's do another activity here. This one we have to highlight the words. So there's going to be a paragraph of text and I'm going to play the audio. You need to listen carefully and identify which of the words have the oi sound. Now, you can't just rely on the spelling because the spelling sometimes is a little bit misleading. So just listen carefully. Which of these sounds have an oi sound?
According to scientists, the choices we make ourselves are easily overridden compared to when we are told which choice to make.
I'll give you a hint. There are 2 words there with the oi sound. Nice. We've got choices and choice. Let's try that. Correct. Well done. Nice. And there's more of these actually. Let's do one more.
It seems we trust our inner voices less than choices dictated to us by an external stimulus.
Nice. People are saying voices and choices. Nice work. Let's do one more. It's funny, like you focus on, like we're really focusing in on these 2 sounds, and now all of a sudden I don't know about you, I've become acutely aware of this oi sound. Like I can just hear it very clearly now.
You might be annoyed to hear that the deepest part of the ocean is one of the noisiest places on Earth.
Nice. Annoyed and noisiest. Good work. Cool. Okay, let's go back. All right, this time we're going to do some, well, this one is where, I don't know if this will work properly if I get you to do it. Anyway, I'll just show you how this works and then we'll move on because we're going to talk about fluency for a while as well. So with this one here, sorry, it's loading a bit slowly today. Need to put some more petrol in the gas tank. Okay, with this one, this is the one that uses the artificial intelligence and actually will measure my pronunciation and give me feedback. So what I'm going to do is listen to the word.
Toiled.
Now I'm going to say the word, but I'm going to purposely make a mistake. I'll say toiled. So I've mispronounced it. It'll still give me a good score, but then if I click on it here, I can see that I've made a mistake with this particular sound, the oi sound. So now I'll say it properly. Toiled. And if I try that again, it's going to show me that in fact I've pronounced it correctly this time. So anyway, that was just a little look at Speaking Lab. And again, it's you go to e2school.com, you sign up for 1 month. I think it's like $9 or something. It's pretty cheap and it's comprehensive, all 44 sounds, literally thousands of activities in there. So you can actually really start to hone your listening and your speaking. So if you are worried about your pronunciation, this is the place where you can fix it. Okay, cool. Okay, right. Let's go back to this though. Okay, so we've talked broadly about pronunciation or the sounds that you make, but when you think about spoken speech, it's much more than just making individual sounds, because what you have to do with the individual sounds is you have to combine them into spoken speech. And this is where fluency comes in, okay? Fluency is another word for the delivery of your speech. And that delivery encompasses different elements. There are different parts to it. So one part, for example, which we'll talk about now, are these linking sounds. It's where we combine certain words together. Another term for that is called connected speech. That is, when we speak in English, we don't speak like this. In other words, we don't speak with individual words. What we do is we combine or connect up these words or link them together in connected speech. And we'll talk more about that. There are other things we do as well. For example, we use sentence stress when we put emphasis on a particular word in a sentence to emphasize the meaning of a particular word. What else do? We do intonation, where if I'm asking you a question, I raise my intonation at certain points, or I lower my intonation to make another point or to emphasize the sentence in a different way. So yeah, there's these different parts of English in terms of fluency as well. Let's take a closer look at these linking sounds though, because this will make you sound more natural when you speak. Let's take a look at this paragraph here. I'm just going to read it to you. Okay, so this is written text. Okay, this is what it looks like if you read it in a book. Okay, but this is not what it looks like if you were to speak it. So let me read this to you, and I want you to read along, and I want you to start to pay attention to how I connect the words together. First of all, I'm going to read it like a robot. This is not how we read or speak in English. Does it really matter whether people speak with an accent as long as they can be easily understood? That sounds really awkward and strange. Now I'm going to read it properly, as in speak it. Does it really matter whether people speak with an accent as long as they can be easily understood? Many people now believe that in an increasingly globalized world, we should accept variations in pronunciation. However, there's no point in speaking with an accent if people can't understand you, is there? Now, what happened to the speech there? You'll notice that lots of things started to happen there. What is the written speech there started to get all twisted up and mixed together and connected and linked, etc. In fact, if we look at the linking here, and I disappear again, you can see some really strange things beginning to happen. I don't say does it, I say does it. Does it really matter whether people speak with an accent, as long as they can be easily understood? Many people now believe that inan, what's inan? That's a weird word, inan. In an increasingly globalized world, we should accept. What's accept? That's a strange word. And shul, what's shul? Variation sin. Why are you talking about sin? That's weird. However, there's no point in speaking with an accentif. What? With an accentif? What's a with an accentif? People can't understand you, is there? Let me read it one more time now at a natural spoken rate, including the connected speech. Doesn't really matter whether people speak with an accent as long as they can be easily understood. Many people now believe that in an increasingly globalized world, we should accept variations in pronunciation. However, there's no point in speaking with an accent if people can't understand you, is there? Oh my God, what a crazy thing spoken English does and how radically it changes. Okay, who wants to actually read this paragraph aloud and try to sort of, okay, Lalinda was first, and try to use the connected speech here. Maybe you do it naturally anyway, but let's see how you go. Hello, Lalinda.
Hello, Kate.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. All right, cool. How's your connected speech or your linking?
Well, I think I'm doing good. Let's
Okay.
see.
All right, cool. Let's see how you go. Can you please read these 3 sentences to me?
Yeah, sure. Does it really matter whether people speak with an accent as long as they can be easily understood? Many people now believe that in an increasingly globalized world, we should accept variations in pronunciation. However, there's no point in speaking with an accent if people can't understand you is there.
Cool. Well done. It was actually a very, very natural linking there. It sounded very good. You certainly didn't sound like a robot, so that's nice. Thank you, Lalinda.
Thank you, Kate.
Okay, who else wants to try this? Okay, let's try Nyamdulam. Hold on. Nya. There you are. Hello, Nyamdulam. Nyamdulam, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's your first language?
Mongolia.
Mongolia. Incredible. How interesting. Okay, so can you please read these 3 sentences to me?
Okay. Does it really matter whether people speak with an accent as long as they can be easily understood? Many people now believe that in an increasingly globalized world, we should accept variations pronunciation. However, there is no point speaking with an accent if people cannot understand you. Is there?
Good. Not bad. Not bad. It's interesting when you start to look at what happens to written language when you speak it and how those words start to connect together. Thank you for that. I just want to teach you now how these rules actually work. So let's go through and look at how this happens, okay? Because there are rules behind this. So here are the rules. If a word ends in a consonant, remember the consonants we talked about earlier? A consonant is one of those sounds where you use a part of your mouth, like p, b, k, m, f, l, etc. Okay, so I'm using my teeth and my lips or whatever. So a word ends in a consonant, and the next word starts with a vowel. And remember, a vowel sound does not use a part of my mouth. So it's like a, e, oi, a, etc. So it ends in a consonant, starts with a vowel. Then what we do is we connect them together. So for example, look at this word here. This ends in a consonant, starts with a vowel, e. And what happens then is we say, this is my friend John. This is my friend John. So that's basically the rule. That's it. That's how we start to connect those words together. An accent. So you think about an ends in a n sound. A is in accent. We say naccent, an accent. And okay, the thing with this is it's good to be conscious of this. It's good to be aware of this rule. And it's good to think about it for a while. And it's good to practice it. But at some point, it's good to forget it as well. Okay, so you want to become aware of it. You want to be conscious of it. But at some point, after you've practiced it enough, it will just happen naturally and you'll forget the rule and you won't be consciously trying to apply this rule. It will just start to happen. So let's look at a few more examples of this phenomenon. My name is Dave. My name is Dave. Name is Dave. If you slowed my speech down and I said, my name is Dave. My name is Dave. My name is Dave. Why do I say Ms? Why don't I say my name is? Because we've got this M sound, name, and then the vowel I. Name is Dave. I live in India. 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 And when is it? When is it? When is it? Crazy. So let's have a look at how this rule applies here. Let me get out my spotlight. So we can see here, does it. With, we got the th sound here. It ends in a consonant. The next sound is a with an accent. In an increasingly globalized world. All right, I'm going to disappear. I want you to practice saying these 3 sentences. I'll give you like 30 seconds, okay? I'm going to disappear. You can practice your connected speech or your linking starting now. Cool. All right. So what you might want to do if you want more practice of this with this linking stuff is simply find some written text of interest to you. Maybe you're interested in engineering or sport, whatever it is, and just have a look. Now get out a pen. If a word ends in a consonant, put in a little underline under it. And if it's the next word starts with a vowel, underline that and start to say it aloud and connect those words together in natural connected speech. Cool. That's all. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the volunteers who were brave enough to speak. Thank you for John, for sharing your wonderful news about your IELTS scores. I'm so happy about that. I'll stick around. If you have any questions, please pop them into the chat. Try to keep your questions, if you will, about pronunciation and speaking broadly. I'm happy to answer any questions about that. Uh-oh, got the classic problem of any questions, any questions, any questions? And I'm sorry to those of you on YouTube, I can't actually see your chat for some reason. The chat's blank. If you are on YouTube and you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button because we release good videos on IELTS and you'll be the first to know about it. Cool. Remember to also check out e2school.com if you want to practice. There seems to be no questions. Everyone seems to be satisfied. That's terrific. Thank you, Martha. I will have a nice Australia day. Okay, sorry, questions are coming in. Hamadal says, does pronunciation matter much in IELTS? That's a good question. I just want to go back to that slide because I want to talk to you about that for a second. It's a good question. Okay, so in IELTS speaking, as I mentioned, you're scored on 4 broad categories. Okay, so the examiner is listening to you and they're marking you from 0 to 9 on 4 things. But really it's more than 4 things. Really it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. Okay, let me just describe these to you in some detail so you're more aware of them. Okay, so the first one is you're marked on fluency. Okay, fluency includes things like connected speech or linking, which we just talked about. Okay, but fluency also talks about or also includes rhythm, sentence stress, hesitations, tempo, a number of things within fluency. Fluency is your delivery and the rhythm with which you speak. Sorry, I lose my cursor. Sorry, I have to. Okay. All right. Forget the arrow. I can't get rid of it. I've lost my cursor. Next one is coherence. Coherence refers to your ability to structure your speech into something logical. Okay. So instead of being unstructured and just talking randomly, you're actually able to structure up your sentences and put your sentences into paragraphs and talk about a topic before moving on to the next one. It also includes things like discourse markers where you say, okay, in addition to that, blah, 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 or firstly, blah, 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 secondly, etc. So it also includes those nice linking words to transition between ideas. Second thing you're scored on there is lexical resource. This is your vocabulary. There's actually two parts to vocabulary. There is how precise you are with your words. That is, your word choice is accurate. You're using the right word at the right time to convey the right meaning. The other thing is you're using a broad range of words. So you're thinking of synonyms and paraphrases, and you're not just using the same word again and again. That is, you have a broad vocabulary. You know lots of synonyms. Grammatical range refers to your ability to structure up different types of sentences. Okay, so not just short, simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences with clauses, question sentences, conditional if sentences, modal verbs, different verb tenses, etc. And accuracy, of course, is how accurate you are with those different grammatical, can't think of the word, choices you make. Then in the last column here, you have pronunciation. So that is the sounds that you make, the 44 sounds, but also the consonant clusters, etc. How intelligible or easily understood you are. All right, let me try and fix. Oh, good, I fixed it. Cool. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for coming. I hope you have a great day.